Right, hey everyone. I just want to say a few words before this video starts. This video is different to some of the stuff I've done before. I haven't really done a review video in a long while, so this is a big thing, sort of. You know, I've spent quite a few hours working on this script so far, and I feel it will be a long video, so this video will contain spoilers. I do apologize if you have never played Red Dead Redemption 2. If you have, do watch this video. If you have not, um, go play the game right now and watch this. Or if you don't want to listen to me, then don't do any of that stuff and just watch. So sit back, get a cup of tea, and enjoy. And I will see you at the very end of this video. Hey everyone, so I've spent 100 plus hours in this game since around December. I just have to say that I've not spent this amount of time in a single player game before, or at least in a long while. I spent hundreds of hours in multiplayer games, yeah, but not single player games. Why so? Well, personally, I feel single player games now are a little bit, how can I put it? Shit. The last game that gripped me this much was probably Uncharted 4, and the last time I played that was around 2017. And I played this game in 2019, and I'm replaying this again only a couple months later. So this shows that this game is very fucking great. This game has to be my second favorite out there, and the level of detail, the acting, the feel, just everything about it is amazing to me. As some of you may know, Mafia 2 is my all-time favorite game out there, but this game is almost topped it. It might actually beat it, to be honest. It's so great. Anyways, going through the game for the first time, I was going through quite a rough patch that I can't really talk about now, but having a way to escape the real world and just be another person was a great thing. And now going through it another time, it feels exactly the same, and it's just very immersive in my opinion. It's otherworldly because I get to be someone else in a different time and a different world, and at a time this game was based in, I'm really fucking interested in that era and the uprise of technology and whatnot. Well, not technology, but you know, things like that. Industry. The mechanics aren't typically the greatest per se. They kind of feel like the normal GTA action game you'd probably play, and they are quite similar to Red Dead Redemption 1's control system, of course. So it is kind of great they stick to the same control type and gameplay feel. It's just the hunting. It's obviously a new thing. I'd like to say I like it. I like it. The eagle eye is a bit meh, in my opinion. It's not too realistic, but the hunting in general is quite great. The way the animals react to your actions and the environment reacts to your actions, and the damage you do to your animals as well. Like, say if you shoot a rat with a bolt action rifle, it's gonna kill the thing fully blown out, and it's gonna wreck the pelt. But if you kill it with a varmint rifle, it's clean, it's perfect. Or a bow, it's clean and perfect. So that makes the game feel more realistic and make you feel like you need to be aware of what you use against what animal you're hunting and things like that. I have heard some people complain about the controls being sluggish and clunky in the game. I can understand it, but while I was playing this game with a controller the whole 100 plus hours, I mainly play these type of games with controllers because it's just a better feel. But while I was playing with a controller, I just felt little to no issues as much as I did with GTA 5. I cannot play GTA 5 with a controller or keyboard and mouse. It just feels so clunky and horrible. I've had so many issues with that, but compared to Red Dead Redemption 2, it feels so much better. people would say the pacing in this game's story is bad. Some people I've met have said that the game is just completely slow. Personally, I think otherwise. I know I sound like I'm showering this game with positivity. I know, just chill back and listen. The pacing is pretty much perfect, considering the detail and stuff. In my opinion, you've not really appreciated the game and its world if you hate the pacing. The game starts quite slow, it picks up into action around the second or so mission, and then the game is just up and down with action. For example, 1 minute you're collecting debts, the next you're robbing trains and killing people, or the next you're robbing a bank and stuff like that. And the fact in some parts of the story, you don't expect the action to kick off, you just don't see how it can kick off and stuff like that. It's amazing, and I'm still on my second or third playthrough of this game, and some parts of the game I'm just like, holy shit, how did, like, I just did not expect anything to kick off still. And it's great. It's great the fact you can't expect anything to kick off. I do love games where it's mediocre with the pacing, or not mediocre, but kind of like The Last of Us. There's moments where you can relax and admire the world and enjoy the beauty, and then there's minutes where people are shooting at you and you've got to survive, or you know, things like that, and it's crazy. The acting and voice acting in this game has to be one of the best I've seen and heard in a while. Pretty much most of the Uncharted games being my favourite in terms of voice acting and acting in general, they feel like a movie, and they have another feel to it than a game. But with this game, Red Dead Redemption 2 almost has to top it with the entire series of Uncharted. There are moments that just ruin the feel of the game. For instance, I accidentally walk into a person I'm interacting with, and they skip a line, or a strange glitch where the same thing happens and they skip a line and you miss what they said, and it kind of ruins the fun and realism of it all when that happens. But I find it happens not too often, but almost often, and it's kind of annoying. With cutscenes, the game is just fantastic. It does honestly feel like a movie to me, and I haven't had that opinion in any game for a long while. And the acting is pretty much spot on. You can't see through characters, and you can't, you know, tell they're acting or anything like that. It's fantastic. It feels real and it feels like a movie. It's great. Gameplay wise, the game feels like any GTA game. Again, like I mentioned earlier, it feels the same as past games in the series and other GTA type games. At the same time, it doesn't feel like a Rockstar game. I remember playing this for the first time, and I was discussing with my friend that I was just amazed that Rockstar had made this type of game so well. Because yeah, they made like GTA 5 and stuff like that, but they aren't great in my opinion. GTA 5 was shite, and you know, the past games in the series were great, but nothing has ever topped something like this. Nothing has met such expectations as Red Dead Redemption 2. This game is out of the world. It's not a Rockstar type of game. It doesn't feel like Rockstar to me. It feels better than Rockstar. Maybe it's that good, I honestly don't know how to explain it, but yeah. There is a few bad things that I can mention about the gameplay and mechanics in this game. One being the fact that I find myself gaining bad honor in the game when doing certain things. Like, I was going through a home robbery mission yesterday with Sean in Chapter 3, and I accidentally grappled a guy and beat him to death when all I wanted to do was loot a body and take the stuff from the body, and I end up doing that. It's probably my fault, yeah, but at the same time, I was trying to do one thing when it was right next to the guy that was, you know, I was talking to, and there's also situations like accidentally pulling out a gun while looking at a guy on a random encounter where I'm supposed to shoot shackles off some guy's feet and accidentally aim on his head. And yes, I do mainly play with a controller, but you know, I do have aim assist on, and you can, you know, argue it's aim assist being aim assist, but aim assist is part of the game, and yeah, it's kind of just a gameplay mechanic. So when gaining bad honor in the game, it leads to a bad ending in the game, or you know, a bad path, and you know, getting a bad ending by making a decision I didn't really want to make kind of just ruins my fun and feel, and accidentally doing something I didn't want to do in general is just really annoying and stupid, so that it kind of ruins it. And I can say this is a bit of a flaw on Rockstar's end because of it. They could have, you know, mapped a different way to with the body and grapple someone, or with the body and aim at someone, you know, like different ways to map a button, stuff like that. So yeah. The fact you can do several paths of this game's story and experience missions and things you didn't, you know, think you'd experience before in the first playthrough gives you another reason to go through this. There is still some things I haven't experienced as well, and I played quite a lot of it in more than 50 hours in my first playthrough. There's still missions that you can make several decisions on, say you go and attack some guy, or you send your friend to go and attack some guy, or you attack at daytime or you attack at nighttime. It's the small decisions that you can make that change the story completely, and it's great. Touching upon several paths of the story a little bit more, you can decide to be a bad guy or a good guy with both Marston and Arthur Morgan, and the fact that there's different things that the choices you make makes it a whole lot more better. Like I was saying before, with your bad honor or good honor, they both change. You know, the endings you do, or at the very end, there's like several decisions that you have to make, and there's 4 different endings of each decision in Arthur's path, and it's insane because the amounts of detail and stuff you can do, and the amount of stuff that's paid attention towards the story is magnificent. And just the replayability of this game is amazing. The 100% completion, which I'm possibly gonna do after my playthrough. It's there's so much things. There's so much equipment, animals, fish, just everything. Locations as well. And yeah. Hey everyone, hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it's something quite old but new at the same time. I haven't done a review in a long time. This video took me quite a few hours actually. I started at 8 AM working on the video itself, and I spent an hour or 2 last night working on the script, and it's been really fun to work on this, so I hope you all do enjoy the video as much as I did making the video. If you did enjoy the video, obviously leave a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Do let me know if I've missed out on something. Do let me know if you disagree with something I said or anything like that. Just give me any sort of feedback. I do really appreciate that. Even if it's negative, I always take things as, you know, ways to work on things. So yeah, any new things will be always up as quick as possible. I don't have a schedule for YouTube because I don't really focus on it, but we'll talk about that in a different video. Take care of yourselves and stay safe out there.